Hey, family, welcome to the Hub. Welcome back to the Coach Cass Show. I'm Coach Cass, America's go-to love doctor, and I'm so happy that you're listening in or watching the Coach Cass Show. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something real, right? What I realized is that often as professional women, we get fed up easily with love. Can I get an amen? Right? If if things aren't working out exactly how we planned, just forget it. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like, okay, I tried the online dating thing. Might have been for 2 weeks, but I tried. I tried telling my friends, but nobody had anybody, so there was no one else. And I prayed about it. So I'm gonna just give it to God. And here you've been single for 1, 2, 3 years, a decade, 20 years, whatever it might be, right? But somewhere in the depths of your heart, you still desire real love. Real love. Oh, I'm searching for that real love. So if you know in your heart of hearts that you would like companionship, how resolute are you about that? I know for a fact from my business owners listening in, you are resolute in terms of getting another client so that you can provide for your household, whether it's a household of 1 or 22. I know for a fact that there are many of you that are resolute about spending money or going to travel, right? Like some of us, listen, those gates open up. I'm headed out to somewhere, Mexico, Jamaica, Aruba, Antigua, Europe, wherever you like to go, you are resolute about getting on that plane. Some of you are resolute about your highlights, about getting your nails done, about your new outfit. But what about love? Can love be non negotiable for you? No matter what has happened to you in your past. And if you don't know me, I have been hurt. Okay. I have been through the drudges and through the muck when it comes to love. And there was a point in my life where I felt like all men cheat, or all men were dishonest, or all men didn't want me, or that I wasn't enough, or maybe there was something wrong with me, maybe even broken. All of these thoughts would pass through my mind over and over and over again. Have you ever felt like this? Can I get an amen? And what I started to do was really to study men, right? I started to study men because I realized that for me, the men I had come in contact with before were telling me a story I did not like. And sometimes we have to get outside of our comfort zone to see what's really there. And I'll give it to you like this. There was one time I went to speak at a high school that was strictly of lower income families, high school teens that were pregnant, people who had gotten in trouble. And I remember asking one of the young ladies, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And she said, "Oh, I want to be a fashion designer." And I asked her if she had been to some fancy shops that were maybe 5 minutes away. She said no. She didn't even know they existed. And what that made me see is that so many times we live in our bubble, we live in our box, we live in this small place and forget that there's a whole world out there outside of our circumstances. There's a whole world out there outside of our past. There's a whole world out there outside of what we see on the day to day. But first, we have to become resolute. We have to make a decision that we want to step out of our bubble, step out of our comfort zone, step out of our box, and say, there must be more to life and love than this. There must be more to love than this. Why? Because you know people that are in an amazing love life. Why? Because you see on TV people that are in love. Why? Because you've heard stories of folks that are having an amazing love, no matter their age, no matter their stage, no matter their race, no matter their wage. And you are no different. You deserve real love, but are you resolute about that? There was a point in time in my life that I said, you know what? I deserve love. I deserve the love that I see out there in this world. I deserve the love that I know God has for me. No matter what's standing in front of me, there must be more. And I know it because there's so many examples of it in this world. My pastor and my grandma would often say, belief kill and belief cure, right? So, what I believe has a huge impact on how I show up in this world, the relationships that I have, and how I operate. All of you right now can think of someone that you know that just has a negative mindset. Now, remember, I went to an event where a woman was like, I just don't have the money, right? It was an opportunity that was presented. I want to say the opportunity was maybe $5,000, right? And she was like, "Oh, I just could never do that." And I remember the speaker challenging her to say, "Okay, well, let's see it like this. There's a hotel for sale, and this hotel is worth $100 million." And they said, "You know what? The keys to this hotel is yours for $5,000. Could you get that money?" And she said, "No." Yet her friend sitting next to her said, "Girl, I would lend you that money." But she still couldn't even hear the friend sitting next to her. The Bible talks about scales in your eyes, but she just couldn't get past the fact that she could never afford that kind of money because she was a teacher, because of her life, because of what she'd been through. She was more committed to the story she was telling herself than to the possibilities that were standing in front of her. Have you ever been guilty of this in your life? Where you thought to think, well, I've been abused or I've been hurt or I've been left or I've been lied to, I've been cheated on. And that is my story. And that is the story I commit myself to. That you that you're so caught up to hold on to this that you don't see all of the amazing possibilities in front of you. I challenge you to be resolute. I challenge you to make the decision to say, I know that there's more to love than this. And I'm not going to stop until I connect with it. I'm not going to allow one bad swipe, one bad date, one weird conversation to turn me off from dating overall. Because there are still good people out there. Why? Because I'm a good person. There's still someone out there looking for love. Why? Because I'm still looking for love. And yes, a man findeth a wife, but baby, if you're hidden in the back closet praying for your Boaz, listen to me. Listen to me. The story of Ruth and Boaz. Ruth, right? She found out about Boaz. She didn't just sit with her mother-in-law in the back closet. No, baby. She was out there in the fields gleaning, like, hey, I'm over here gleaning just in case you see me. And guess what? She went in and laid at the man's feet. She said, just in case you didn't see me in the field, here I am. Here I am, right here at your feet. So you're going to have to trip over me in order to get to the bathroom, to get out the door, to get to work. You're going to see me, sir. Period. Positioning. She positioned herself to allow love in. He's like, oh, snap. Well, hey, Ruth, how you doing? Right? So many of us want our Boaz, but we're not willing to do the work for him to find us. Talk about it. Now, I'm not saying you have to lay at a man's feet at happy hour or lay at a man's feet at a basketball game, but can you just be in the atmosphere? Can you just be there? I'm not saying that you have to invite men out on a date online, but can you just be in the atmosphere? What are you doing to allow love in? Yes, it's a prayer. Yes, it's an affirmation, but yes, it's an action. An action. Action. Not a bagamot. Hey. So I invite you today to take action in your love life. And I want to know what those actions are. I want you to email me, coach@inspiremany.com. Coach@inspiremany.com. I want you to email me and tell me what are you going to do as a result of listening in today. I want to know. I want to know what you're going to do. Ooh, I want to know. I want to know because you commiserating with your girlfriends or complaining about the lack thereof or the missing men in your community. Listen, I work with women all over the country. And I know that this podcast reaches all over the world. We're in South Africa, we're in France, we're in Canada, we're in the US, we're in the Caribbean, we're in Jamaica. We are in so many places. So no matter where you are, I've heard it. Coach Cass, there are no good men. Coach Cass, there's no men. Where are the men, Coach Cass? When you walk outside your house, do you see a man? There is one. There is a man. Okay. So no longer the excuse of no men anywhere. Oh, well, he's not on my level. What is your level, sweetheart? What is your level? What does that mean? Right? Just because a man doesn't have the degrees doesn't mean that he can't serve with you, serve each other, be able to do this thing called life. Just because he doesn't make as much money than you doesn't make him less of a man, right? Be careful. Be careful. Be careful of pointing up your nose at others that might just be the exact partner that you need. So for some of you, you're looking for that power couple, right? Your girlfriend. I'm looking for that power couple. That man that could do, all the business with me. But understand that that man then also might be missing because he's so busy working and you're so busy working that you never see each other. So be careful of what you pray for. I need you to get very crystal clear on what really matters. And I remember having a client who was a partner in a law firm, and that's what she was more concerned about. That power couple. But at the end of the day, what it broke down to is she just needed someone that accepted her for her in sweatpants and a t-shirt when she's sick, when she's sniffly, when she's not looking or feeling her best. And she found that, us working together, she was a private client. She found that she's amazingly married to an awesome man who accepts the her little girls, right? So she was a single mom doing this thing called life, but she became resolute on finding love and having love find her, right? She didn't let up. She didn't say, oh, well, if it happens, it happens. Listen, baby, you got to become resolute. You got to make a decision. Yes, the prayer is the affirmation, but the action. So that's my invitation to you today. Take it if you want it. I'm pushing, but it's also up to you. All right. Till next time, keep loving, keep laughing, keep living. God bless. Bye, y'all.